So I'm in this elevator. There's like 15 people on there. I'm not sure what the maximum capacity is, but it's probably right around 15. And about halfway up in one of those big buildings downtown, the elevator just stopped. And it didn't move, and people didn't talk for about maybe 30 seconds. Everyone was kind of thinking the same thing. Maybe the elevator will start going again. But it didn't. After about a minute, finally a couple of people said maybe we should do something. So somebody called the little call switch, call button, call phone, and there was nobody on the other line. And after about 5 minutes, we started to get worried. Not all of us, but a few people started to get worried. And one guy volunteered to crawl up through the little square thing on top and to see if he could, I don't know, maybe go up to the next floor and try and get some help or something. So he goes up and he doesn't come down for like 20 minutes. And finally he comes down and he's all covered in like this really dry, like brown dirt. And we're like, dude, what the fuck? And he said, dude, you got to check this out. And so we all followed him up this trap door at the top of the elevator. And at first people were like, wait, I'm not going out there, it's too dangerous. But then we realized the elevator might drop in any second and crush us all, so we figured maybe we should get out of here. We got to the top, and all of a sudden we came out of this trap door on the floor of the desert, and we all slowly crawled out, and we're walking, we're middle of the desert. There was no cities around, no water, no sign of civilization, so we started walking. And we came across this like this kind of a camp, almost like a shanty town in the middle of the desert, and there was all these tents and kind of like big pieces of aluminum that had been laid up to make these houses. And there was really no signs of recent activity, and we found a few people that were still inside. Unfortunately, they died a long time ago, and they were kind of like skeletoned out. But we found this one dude that was sitting there next to this fire that had burned out like a week ago, just kind of muttering to himself. And I sat down and I started talking to him. And he told me that he used to be an engineer at this company that made all of these different kitchen appliances. And he was on a really, really good career trajectory. He was making more money, getting more positions. He had just bought a really nice house with his wife in the really nice area of town. But there was a flaw in one of his designs when he released his latest product. It was this kind of massive combination food processor, blender, bread machine type thing. But he forgot to connect the safety switch to all the components of the machine, so that if you use the bread machine, the safety switch was active. If you use the food processor, it was active. But if you use the blender, for some reason the safety switch didn't activate. And so what happened was people were chopping their hands off, or chopping their hands into bits of torn up flesh and bones and pulp and bloody whatever. And he got fired, and that's how we ended up in that shanty town. So we ended up hiking around for a couple weeks, and slowly, one by one, we just died. And I don't know what the moral of the story is. Just, I guess, if you're in an elevator and it stops, don't climb out. Maybe just kind of wait for the elevator people to come and fix it.